Hello there, everyone. Welcome to our live on Tuesday nights. It's been a hot minute, but here we are. I am coming to you from northern Saskatchewan, Little Bear Lake. Put in the comments below where you're watching this from, and thank you for being here. We're going to chat a few things out in my trailer. First and foremost, if you haven't been properly introduced to Norwex, it is cleaning without chemicals that are harmful for us and the environment. You just use microfiber cloth and water. It is the most microfiber product on the market. And I want to get to this first and foremost because I cleaned all the windows outside and I went, boy, I didn't do a very good job. Must have been too hot. Maybe I didn't wet my cloth enough. Turns out it's inside that is dirty. I had dusted all the surfaces, but I hadn't thought about cleaning the windows. So going to show you really quickly here tonight how easy this is. You just wet your cloth in water and away you go. Have you cleaned your windows yet this spring? Make sure you clean both inside and outside. So once one part of your cloth is dirty, try to keep it nice and flat. You can fold it over for another section. You can clean one window, 2 windows, 3 windows, 4. That's just on one side. You can flip it over and clean 8 windows. If you knew that, put in the comments below 8 if you already knew that. Hello, Lorraine. Nice to see you. Then I have this oldie goldie. It's kind of a finer microfiber, and it's for polishing. So I always say the one with the pretty print on, or purple or pink, the pretty one, you polish with it. And sometimes if your EnviroCloth is just the right dampness, you don't even have to do this part. But these two cloths will clean a majority of your home, like we're talking 80% of your home, with just a microfiber cloth and water. So if you don't have this basic package yet, you're missing out. Sorry. And then you might want a dusting mitt, right? But here in the trailer, I just went all guns and used this microfiber cloth. I could wipe the light switches, the light stands, and especially all of these windows, ledges, and stuff where all the dirt really likes to hang out. Do you have any issues with allergies or asthma this month? Okay, put in the comments below, put a hands up or say yes, because allergy and asthma can really get a person down, right? I mean, it's lovely when spring comes and all of the things are coming to life. I had just recently been to Germany, and spring was a little bit earlier there, and the pollen is falling off the trees where it would cover their vehicles, and I'm sure you've seen that too, right? And so I encourage you, if you have pollen, that's the first and foremost thing. Use one of our dusters or just use a wet EnviroCloth and go pick it up. Don't get a different cloth. You want to remove all the little bits of these pollen into your cloth. We have the most microfiber. It's into these like spokes on a wheel, picking them up and grabbing more of them off, and it'll make your job easier so you can go enjoy spring, okay? So put in the comments below if the allergies and asthma and pollen and stuff really affect you. Did you know that because we spend so much time indoors, and I have to say these Germans, they walk to everywhere they go and they're outside a lot, but when you're in your home, the air is definitely more polluted. So the Norwegians do this thing where they burp their house every day. And do you guys know what that means? It's opening your windows. Do you do this? Do you burp your house? Put burp or windows in the comments below. Opening your windows once a day. I think that's why we love it out here at the lake. The windows are open. The fresh air is coming. We sleep better. It's just so much nicer. I have to clean that window, but there's the lake. Do you burp your and get those pollutants out of your house? In Norway, they actually mandate 10 minutes a day kind of thing. So, sometimes we don't realize that in our homes, we're exposed to so many pollutants and stuff. And the things that linger too are like dust, and dust mites will eat off of our hairs and oils and stuff off of our bodies. They actually thrive on that. So you might have seen that I've been promoting this mattress cleaner. Now, somebody asked me, what's in this that is so wonderful? Well, that's what I wanted to really do this live tonight, was when you get your mattress cleaner, I think we're at about 18 bottles sold already, you guys. So that's incredible. Thank you. If I haven't quite said thank you, shout out on this page. The most somebody has bought is 3 bottles, because they're going to put one in their house, one in their basement, and one in their RV. So 3 bottles. When you get it, you want to invert it gently, because there's like little enzymes at the bottom of here, okay, enzymes, and they like to spit out and go to work and break down the dander. So, you know, if you have cat hair on your cat beds or your couch, people will come in and be sneezing if they're allergic to cats. If you were to apply this mattress cleaner to the area they're going to be sitting on, they won't notice it as much. And then let's talk in your bed. The dust mites are, you know, the food source for them is anything off of our bodies. So we want to break down those things, body oils, with this mattress cleaner. And we're going to read a little bit more about how it works, but this is nice because we can use the EnviroCloth all day long. Hello, Audrey. We can use the EnviroCloth to wipe things and pick them up mechanically, but sometimes it's a soft surface. So, Audrey, stay tuned. I'm going to read right off of the webpage here how this works. It actually, they say, like, you know, sometimes people will clean things and they'll spray fragrances or something on, which can be another allergy trigger. But and that just masks it, right? So when you have a mattress cleaner, I had a good description here. It's like the workmen are coming in and shoveling out that stuff, right? The stuff that is causing the triggers for your asthma stuff. So let me see. I had it written down here. 1 second. How are you guys doing tonight? Are you excited to get your mattress cleaner? Hi, Teresa. Good to see you. So, enzymes will act like little tiny digesters. So I always say, like the saliva in your mouth that breaks down the food, the enzymes in here will break apart the sweat, the body oils, the pet accidents, right? Food spills, dust mite waste, organic odors. And then there's a second thing in here. If you look at the graphic, the probiotics will continue to work after you have sprayed, and they keep the good bacteria on the surface. So the surface, odorless causing buildup will be reduced over time. So when you spray it on, usually if you're stripping your bed, you spray it on a queen bed, 5 to 7 squirts, right? And then just leave it while you're doing your laundry, which takes, 3-ish hours, right? Till it washes 1 hour and dries. Would you agree? Make sure you're using those dryer balls. But then by that time, you can put your bedding back on and it's ready to go. And it's good for foam mattresses too, right? So take the pillowcases off. And by the way, pillowcases are on sale. I didn't even realize this. So good job, Danielle, for getting some pillowcases. They're like a good deal, like 40% off or something crazy like that. So you might want to get in on those. Best thing, you guys, is go to the webpage and you'll see all the sale things. So where was I going? You're going to have a nice clean mattress, and people have reported that snoring is less after a fresh laundry day and mattress cleaner on it, right? And the pillowcases have the silver in it. So if you're new here, EnviroCloth, window cloth is the most micro on the market, and then we have the special silver in here that kills any bacteria once it's trapped in the microfiber, if that makes sense. And when you can't use that, we're using the lovely mattress cleaner. So back to, anyways, mattress cleaner. How many bottles do you have? Put in the comments below. How many did you order? Put in the comments below. Our goal is 20, and we'll give 1 free mattress cleaner away this month. Okay, so key triggers other than dust and pollen. Do you have any other key triggers for your asthma? If you're suffering, what really flares you up? Sometimes it can be a candle burning, right? I know if I walk down the cleaning aisle in the department stores, fragrances in the airports, oh my gosh, they have all the beautiful fragrances you can buy, which are great, but when you're not used to it, you're actually like trying to hold your breath as you walk through customs, that section. I mean, some of them are truly beautiful, but they're really hard on your system. Nearly 75% of asthma patients report that the fragrances will close up their airways and bring on those symptoms. It's the most common cause of contact allergy after nickel. There you go. Food for thought. Airborne fragrance particles can trigger hay fever symptoms such as sneezing, or runny, itchy nose, and watery eyes. Like, I know a lot of people are like constantly wiping their eyes, and I really encourage you to have a nice soft body cloth for that, so that you can just dab it and not get so irritating around the eyes. But have a look around in your household. What could possibly be causing it? Don't because we just heard that hay fever can be from fragrances, and it could be from your cleaners, could be from your soaps, could be from your hand soap. Oh, there's another one here in the trailer. Foaming hand soap is our best friend, especially after cleaning fish, right, Teresa? You can now get a unscented hand soap. Yay! Thank you, Norwex, for finally getting us to that. Our hand soaps now come in little packages. You dissolve them in water, and you can get the nicer pumps. This is our old plastic pumps. You can get the beautiful Forever bottles with the silicone bottoms. They're beautiful. So that's another one on special, right? So trying to get rid of any irritants in your house, and even, you guys, look at your laundry. So personal care, even shampoos, hairsprays. I know I'm guilty. I still don't have a good hairspray that is, not going to cause people to sneeze. In fact, when I apply it, it does. If you guys know of a good hairspray, put in the comments below. I am still struggling to find one, and I kind of need one, if that makes sense. I'm trying to find hair products that work, but those ones can be really bad. Would you agree? Or sometimes scented lotions even can bring it on. So just have a look at everything you're using and see what you can identify and take out. I don't see any comments yet. Facebook, I hope you show me some comments. Other things in your household, did I get them all? Is there anything you can think of? How often do you smell laundry detergents are just like so powerful, and you're like, how can you even wear those clothes? But some people crave to have them on them, but not like, we're just talking the breathing in part right now and closing up airways, right? We're not even talking what gets absorbed into your skin. So, aerosols, cleaning products, yeah, we've covered them all. Any other triggers for you guys? So how we can fix it with Norwex. We want you breathing easier at home. I'm using a cheat sheet because the dusters. What's your favorite duster? People are saying this fine gray one now is their favorite. I have to admit, I still have the nubby one. I've only used that little one. I've noticed that I've cleaned the trailer, but between my couch over here, I need to use one of those long arm duster. I said to Dale, I'm bringing a duster out next time. So maybe I'll bring my nubby one out here, and I'll get a nice new soft fuzzy one. If you're hosting a demo, you guys, this month in June, they have like dusters galore, and I think dust mitts are on sale. Go type in sale or just go to the website. You'll see everything is key to reducing dust, pollens, asthma, and allergy triggers. Next up, where Norwex fits in. Our detergent, I can tell you, every one of my customer that buys a detergent is because they had a sensitivity to on their skin, and they just love that the Norwex detergent does not have a smell. And the Powerzyme now, you guys, that is the rock star one for removing dirt, grime, and grease, even from your gym clothes, anything like that. And it removes stains. I was using it on my trip, and oh no, that's not true. I used the laundry strip, and I had a currywurst stain on my shirt, which is like mustard, ketchup, and that turmeric kind of orangey stuff on my beige coat, and it came right out. And that was, so the strips are the same as the Ultra Power Plus, but the Powerzyme and the liquid are the same with an extra stain fighting booster. Okay, there you go. If you need help, ask me, because that's what I'm here for. How we're also going to fit it in, pet and dander. So if anything, you guys, we can be using this on our mattresses, but stuffed animals and real animals, because you know that dander, it lingers everywhere. Even if they're like non-shedding, that dander, cleaning that up in areas, in the corners, old rooms that you've had closed up for a while, or areas where your pet does hang out, this is definitely one of a big trigger. And we already talked about the foaming hand soap. So there we go. Breathe easier at home. 5 steps, you guys, and I'm almost ready to wrap this up. Do you have any questions for me? Still looking for comments, Facebook. Comments. Swiping. I don't see it. Hi. Okay, I see one comment. Keep it going. So 5 everyday habits you can do to make a difference to breathe easier in your home. Clean with intention. Get rid of the dust at this time of year. Do a deep clean. That pollen, the pet dander, and even places where mold may have been building up condensation over the winter. Skip the harsh chemicals, okay, you guys? We want it over in Germany. Things there are just simple. They and yes, one of our hosts we stayed at, two of my hosts that I stayed at had Norwex, so that was pretty cool. Skip the harsh chemicals. You don't need to be, spraying things down. In fact, there's somebody here at the campground was spraying outside, and immediately after she sprayed, she was and thinking, well, this is just how you clean. It's like, no, you can get rid of the harsh chemicals and find other ways, right? Be mindful of scents, especially if you're with people who cannot take those scents. And I have to say, it was nice in the airplane. I think people were respectful of that. I never smelled somebody had an overpowering perfume or anything like that. So I feel like we're coming a long ways in that way. Keep your air moving with and your filters fresh. This is a good time of year to go clean out all of your filters, maintain your HVAC systems, and support your living spaces by bringing the green inside as well, or get outside, right? That would be my biggest thing. So let's clear the air, bust the dust, wash your clothes and bedding, whatever soft fabrics you can't throw in the washing machine. Let's get this done, get the deep cleaning done. And that would be as easy as it is. And if you are really getting hooked on Norwex, you can actually join for free this month, and you get a basic package, which is like so stinking valuable. So you can join, have this package that you can go and share with other people. So, the little things that we can do, the better it can be. So I thank you for watching here tonight. And, if you got a few minutes, I'll share a few things about Germany, not Norwex related, but some cool things about that is that, like I said, spring was in the air. It was so lush and green. It was crazy. And what I like about over there, the first thing is that on Sundays, it's quiet. You go get your groceries on Saturday, and some places even close Saturday at noon. And Sunday, it's quiet. They don't even want you vacuuming, making loud music. It's a quiet day. And most stores, or I'd say all stores, were closed. And it's like, that was just amazing. And everybody loved it. They looked forward to Sunday. It was like an easy way to get through your work week because you had a quiet Sunday coming up, right? They had tiny fridges, smaller than our fridge here in our trailer. And they would have a family of 5. We're like, how do you even manage that? But they buy their food fresh. Their strawberries, their produce, everything is so fresh because they have multiple countries around there they can get resources from. And it's not sprayed heavily with the pesticides and stuff. They're buying it fresh off the shelf. It's in beautiful stacked bins. They pick it up. They put it in their bag and they go home. They prep their food. They put the compost in the compost pile. They put the plastic in one pile, the cardboard in another, the waste that can't be recycled, which is very small. They have 5 garbage cans. I can't even think of what they are. 5. They would have the tiniest kitchens. Germans have tiny, tiny kitchens, but yet they have 5 garbage cans, and they take it seriously. No, don't put that in there. Oh, you can, but they didn't bring a lot of packaging home. You know what I mean? Like, they brought it from the grocery store. And in fact, our hosts, most of the time, would take their dog out for a walk, not on a leash, just saying, only if it was like a busy place. But they would take them out, walk to the store, walk in, grab their fresh bread, no preservatives. Some places, they would even slice it for you. And 4 slices of cheese and whatever they were making, and take it home and eat it up fresh that day. And that was it. There was like not all this stuff. Like, they were like minimalist, if that makes sense. So that's really what I appreciated, is that they didn't have food waste. They were very conscious of their composting and their transportation, you guys. I was in Dusseldorf and it was quiet. And in parts of Berlin it was as well, because they have they have all cement houses. They've been there forever. And these tiny roads, which are cobblestone, which is like part sidewalk, part roads, and tiny cars, you pretty much 2 cars could pass. But if there was a row of cars parked, they just kind of had to go around, and they just did. Or they would have their bikes and go around. So tiny car spaces. So not everyone has a car. This family of 5, they didn't have a car. They had a bicycle, and they walked, they took the bus or train. And in the event they needed a car, they would just rent it, or they would do a share a ride. So in Berlin, our host was just like, do you want to see what the share ride looks like? So she went on her app, just like the Uber app, and she would, it came up and said, oh, there's a car. She looked out her window. Oh, there's one right down there on the street. She went out, we inspected it, and we put it in our phone, that it was good, and it would start up, and off we went, drove to where we wanted, parked it, left it, and came home in the bus. But the beauty of all of this is they have options, but there's not everybody driving a car. So it was quiet, especially in Dusseldorf. It was because it was electric buses. It was like so quiet and clean. And Berlin, 40% of their city, which was bombed at one time, is now green space, 40% green space. So you look around, you'll find more parks than you will buildings of stuff. Yet they have amazing buildings, but you know what I'm saying? Like it was so quiet and clean, and you're in Germany in these big cities, and you're like, wow. So Teresa says Croatia is the same. Very simple. They shop every day. They don't have that much, and they're so happy. I know. This family of 5 was the most content family I had seen, right? And they had family conversations, and they talked, and I don't know. So yes, it was like, wow, just the simplicity. Yet they all work hard. They present themselves well. Like they dress nice. They're punctual, respectful. I mean, I don't know. It was a pleasure to be in people's homes, to, you know, see how it really works. They have courtyards a lot of times, their houses, so they have shared space. So they, you know, they do have neighbors that they're chatting with and stuff. But yeah, anyways, that's probably enough. Another thing is they don't put on the fancy lights outside. And I'm one who appreciates dark. In fact, I would rather not use a flashlight. So here's a fun fact about me. I would rather not have a flashlight. I would rather find my own way to the washroom or the lake or whatever we're doing when it's dark. I would rather just use my senses and where I want to walk. And if there's like the patio lights and stuff, they kind of like ruin that for me. I have to like blind my eyes from it. But in Germany, they actually don't want you using them because it's light pollution. That's unnecessary, not good for the birds and the trees. And so, yeah, I could really get on board with a lot of Germany stuff. So, hi, Nancy. Good to see you. So anyways, I hope this has been a wealth of information. Thanks, Teresa. That's very nice of you. Like I said, we're at about 18 bottles of mattress cleaner, but I'm hoping that you guys are cleaning up your routine for Asthma and Allergy Awareness Month. You can join for free, and I am still available to party. In fact, in June, I will do a Facebook party for whoever wants one, and I will be doing the Norwex Mega Party for all of North America, June 16th. So I'll either be cleaning my RV or the truck somewhere, wherever I will be, for Norwex as well. So you can think of, you know, people you want to bring along. We'll introduce them to some basics a day or two ahead of time, and then have them come to the live. So you can host and get some rewards. Yeah, this month, I wish I was around to party because they were giving away dog shampoo for hosts, right? So next month, I don't know if I remember. I'll post what it is. And of course, you can always join. So thank you for watching. Let me know what your triggers are. Let me know where you're watching from. And until next week, we'll see you soon. Take care, and thanks.